TR McCarthy, aka TR the Loan Guy, aka the Mortgage GOAT, mortgage broker for Sceptre Mortgage. How you doing today? In today's market, we have many people who are looking for down payment assistance. We're looking at many people who are doing first-time home buyer programs. Many people are doing reverse mortgage programs. And the one thing they all have in common is that they all need home ownership counseling. In today's episode, I'm so proud that we're producing this. I want to talk to Mr. Alvin Toney, branch manager for NID Home Ownership Counseling Services in Moreno Valley. And he's going to talk about home ownership counseling, credit counseling, and all the things that we need to get these programs completed. It's not a request, it is mandatory to have home ownership counseling for first-time home buyers on down payment assistance programs and also reverse mortgage programs. I hope you receive a lot of information here to add to your knowledge. Take a few minutes, watch the video, listen to Alvin, and give me a call today if you're looking to purchase a home or refinance a home today. TR, the Loan Guy, signing out. Good morning, everybody. This is TR McCarthy, aka TR the Loan Guy, mortgage broker for Sceptre Mortgage. How are you doing today? Today, I have the privilege of interviewing a real estate legend here in the IE. Mr. Alvin Toney, owner of BST Realty and branch manager of NID Housing Counseling Agent here in Moreno Valley. Help me welcome Mr. Alvin Toney. Alvin, how you doing?
I'm doing great, TR.
Man, it's been a long time. We go back, probably to 2019, I believe it was.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. And we met, we've seen each other around at the Black Chamber. Mm-hmm. We did a couple business deals together back in the day. And you have always been a person that struck me as a guy that's always moving. You're never standing still. You're always reinventing yourself. And you're always doing the things that make sense. So today I'm glad you sat down with me.
Man, you just gave me goosebumps.
Man, you paid. It's the truth. It is the truth, my friend.
Thank you.
Hey.
Thank you.
So I want to ask you a couple of questions. I want to be cognizant of your time because I know you have a conference call after this. But again, thank you for having me, okay? My first question is, can you give me a little background about the man, the myth, and the legend that is Alvin?
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very simple person. I've been around doing real estate now for probably about close to 30 years. I retired military. I'm a chief retired in the Navy. I just like buying houses, investing in houses, and investing in people. And this is how I invest in people, by helping them to be able to get to that American dream. That's one of the things that I was able to create a little wealth through real estate. And since I did that, I started sharing it ever since.
That's beautiful. So you've been in the business for 30 years, agent, broker.
Been a broker since 2006.
2006, that's when I was getting in the game. I got in the game back in 2004.
I know, I'm dating myself. I shouldn't have said it, but I'm dating myself.
No, the beautiful thing about it is I tell people all the time, I got 20 years in the business now. So to say you've been in the business for 30 years, I tell people that is a benefit when you're looking for somebody to close a deal for you, whether it's on the real estate side, whether it's on the lending side. You want somebody who understands the business, that does not throw stuff against the wall and hoping that it sticks. You understand real estate. And so if I can basically look out there and tell anybody, if you're looking for a realtor, make sure you have somebody who understands. Mr. Alvin Toney is one of those people. I hope you understand that.
Well, thank you. And I agree with you. I buy houses, and I don't always buy them myself. I use a realtor to help me buy houses. And nothing against people that's starting in the business, but some realtors will definitely cost you money.
Absolutely.
And so I have to get somebody that understands what I'm trying to do and definitely understand the market and definitely understand the business. And so I can't work with everybody when I'm doing that, because it can be worth thousands of dollars to me.
You said something that most people would not even understand. This man is a broker, has his real estate license, and he still uses a real estate agent on your deals. That's a beautiful thing.
I always do. I do it for a few reasons. One is for protection. Because I've been doing this for so long, if something ever became a problem, I do know how to overcome it, just about every problem in this business. But if I'm doing a deal with somebody like a novice or a civilian, and I don't want them to feel like I have an unfair advantage against them. And then it allows me to be able to step away, let the agent work it. They know what they're doing. If they don't know what they're doing, then that's when I step in and can help and solve all the problems. But I don't want them to feel like I'm taking advantage of them, because I know how much their house is worth. And a lot of times they just think I'm the big bad bully because I know so much. And so I really just let somebody else take care of it, and let another agent handle all the legal stuff and the paperwork and things like that. Because remember, I still got a couple of businesses to run too. And everybody needs to make something, right?
Well, yes, we all need to make something. I love that. That's my motto too. I try to spread the wealth around as much as you do. It's great, but that is very wise in what you just said and how you structure your deals. Even though you have the credentials, when you go into this deal dealing with the owner, you let the professional, I guess your representative, handle all that stuff with their representative, and that way you're just the buyer.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. All right. NID. You started a branch. When did you become a branch manager?
I became a branch manager in 2018.
And what made you decide to do that? Why did you go into NID, branch services?
Well, first of all, it's one of the largest HUD intermediaries in the country, and it's African American. Is black owned, and what they was trying to do is bring home ownership to every African American home in America, and I just wanted to be a part of that. I mean, so they have, I don't know how many branches now, maybe 30 or 40 branches across the country, but I just wanted to be able to help the people of the Inland Empire. The market had crashed. We was ground zero here in the Inland Empire. We were getting no help. And so I ended up having to start having these workshops to help people to understand what was going on. And then I ended up finding NID. We was able to do the same thing. And that way I was able to do it pretty much on a national level.
Man, that's great. I remember I came to one of your NID meetings. It was a while back, but I was here in this room where you were doing it. You was up here talking about it, and it was a great presentation that you did. The information that you're giving to the clients were spot on, helping them go through their counseling. We actually did have one client that actually went through your counseling service, I believe, and that was pretty cool. It was very fast. Most counseling services can take weeks to get a call back if you don't know how to get through to them. And so I love the fact that you
know what, believe it or not, that's been our biggest asset is the fact that most housing counseling agencies don't call the people back. And if they need help, they may call 10, and then when we answer the phone, they go, is this really a live number? Yes, it's a live number. We answer the phone every single time.
That actually impressed me. So now, just so you know out there, anytime now going forward that I have a client that needs housing, counseling, whether it's for a first-time buyer, whether it's reverse mortgage, I'm sending them to you, my friend, because again, you get it done really, really quickly.
We do a lot of services. We do, like you said, first-time home buyers. For you people who are looking to purchase a home, we know all the programs out there. We work with TR to be able to get you into those programs. Down payment assistance programs. We help get people credit up, and we work with you to get your credit up if that's what you want. We definitely hold your hand through the whole process as long as you are part of the process. We also help post-purchase counseling, because we do not want you to get in trouble once you got that house. Remember, most of our services are free. Really, all our services are free. So we're going to be there for rental counseling. We take the renters and be able to help get them in the house or help them negotiate with their landlord to get whatever issue they have with them settled. Homelessness counseling, credit and budget counseling, all of those services are free.
Again, as you see why I'm in awe of this man. He does so much, so many things he does, but he always puts the client first. He always puts the client first. Like I said, I've seen him talk to people. I've seen him go out of his way and put his money where his mouth is to make things happen, to get things done. So like I said, if you're looking for counseling services, if you're looking for a great office to help you with your real estate transaction, I can't recommend Alvin enough. Okay? Now,
thank you.
No, I appreciate that. No, you, like I said, you're a stalwart here in the Inland Empire. You know, when I go out in public, I talk to people. They're like, "I know Al." Yeah, it used to be. They talk about back in the day. All these people, I'm like, yeah, that's the guy. All right.
My kids say the same thing. It's like, Daddy, you know everybody. No, I don't know anybody, but thank God that somebody knows me.
Exactly. Well, I appreciate you, sir. What are some common mistakes that you hear or you see from borrowers when they're looking to purchase a home?
Well, first of all, they don't have a plan. There is and I hope I'm not offending anybody, but it's like a knee-jerk reaction. Something happens, their landlord goes up $200 on the rent, or they just wake up one day and they said, "Honey, our lease is expiring tomorrow. We need to buy a house." So there's not a plan. It's a knee-jerk reaction, and so that's one of the biggest things to me that I see. And then probably the second thing is not preparing, haven't been saving any money. They've been listening to their friends tell them that they didn't need a nickel to get into a house. Now, don't get me wrong. With programs that you can help mitigate some of those circumstances and reduce the amount of money they need. But you do need some kind of cash in order to do this.
Say that one more time, Al. Look in the camera, tell them one more time.
You do need some funds to be able to get into a home. Have we been able to get people in a home with no money down or no closing costs? Absolutely. How rare is that? Rare. So you got it. So even if you can get that program or any program like that, the lender wants to see that you have the ability to put some money in the game. And so we got to work on. So that's why I said for housing counseling, there's two things we work on: your credit and we work on your budget. We have to get you to save money, get you prepared to be able to be that homeowner.
Al, I just did a video stating the same thing. I did a first-time home buyer seminar a while back, and I told the people out there in the land the same thing. Down payment assistance is assistance. And yes, there are plenty of times that not plenty of times, but there have been rare times that we can give you zero out of pocket, but that doesn't happen very often, especially the way that the market has changed. we have programs where we have Chenoa or Cal HFA or Cal HAF, as some people call it. And of course, you have the counties and stuff with their programs. However, they always run out of money relatively quickly. I never was able to use one of those programs. I'm not sure if you have.
They go so fast.
February.
I think we've only been able to get one person through one of those programs.
Exactly. So that's why I use Chenoa and Cal HAF, because they usually have the funds available outside of the Dream for All program. We're not going to talk about that.
No, I'm interested to hear about it. Whether you want to talk about it now or later, I'm definitely here. Looking to hear about it.
But with that said, we can, instead of paying $30,000 all in, if you come out of pocket $12,000 to $15,000 for a $400,000 to $500,000 home, you're winning. You're winning. Period. That's just the way it is. If you look at it like that, instead of saying, "Oh, I have to come out of pocket $12,000," you should say, "I only have to come out of pocket $12,000 for this house," because that's the way it is. Am I right?
You know, I'm gonna give you an example. You're absolutely right. We have a client right now that we've been working with for almost a year, and he just woke up yesterday. It feels like, because he was renegotiating his lease. He's moved to another place. It's $3,000 a month right here in Moreno Valley. They want first, last, and a down payment for $9,060. With that kind of money, he literally could buy a $600,000 home, Cal Halfa, Chenoa, or one of these other programs, and even come in with a little help from the seller, with less money, and it'd be his own house. But guess what? He's about to be, I wouldn't say homeless. It's just that now he's gonna have to spend a lot of money to be in bed married to that landlord. And he just woke up yesterday and said, "Can we get this done?" Buying a house is not a weekend thing. So it's gonna take a couple of months to be able to get this squared away. So he's on the hook for a bunch of money. But just like you said, I mean, it was just he should have been looking at it differently. Getting that only $10,000, he could have been in his own house if he had thought like you just said.
Depending on the price of the home, yes, I've had clients to where I got them in homes for only $9,000 out of pocket. Again, the seller did help with some of it, but we got that Cal HFA down payment assistance, $9,000 for a $475,000 home. That's great.
All things are possible in this market. This is the market. It's not a market where you're going to be getting these super cheap deals. If you're trying to find the super cheap deal, you're not going to get there. But if you want to be a homeowner where you can build equity, where you can have stability for you and your family, kids do better when they're stable. If you want to be able to create wealth, to be able to buy that first home to live in and that second home to live on, this is the market for you. Even though it's at 7% interest rates, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
To get you where you want to go financially.
Historically, though, before 2008, we were right around the same interest rates we were before 2008. People don't know that. It was actually higher before that.
For some reason, I haven't forgotten.
I haven't forgotten either. I was in the business at the time.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten. My interest rate my first house was in the 80s. My interest rate was something like about 12%.
I remember that.
It didn't go down much. It went down in the 2000s to, I believe it was somewhere around 7%. And I was happy.
Everybody was. When I talked to them in that situation, but because the rates were artificially held down since 08, since about 2011-ish, 12-ish, since that time until 2020, these 3.7 interest rates and 2.75 interest rates, people think that's just the way it is, and that's just not. That's not realistic. over the entire market of the business. People say, when is that going to happen again? And I tell people all the time, maybe 15 years from now, maybe it'll do another cycle.
Wait a minute.
Maybe
15 years from now, the last time they was down in 1%, 2%, 3%, I have to go back and look, but I'm going to guess and say it was the 40s.
The 40s? Well,
maybe the 50s.
Then I stand corrected, maybe 20, 30 years from now.
You know, if you're waiting,
exactly,
and we got a call this morning, and when should we be ready to go? I've talked to Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. I have a meeting with them every quarter. The banks wanted it at 6%. They got it at 6%. Now they're going to want to try to get it to 7% because that's where they make money. I'm not I can't read the future, but I can tell you this. My tea leaf says your kids will be waiting for a 3% loan. It's gonna have to be something drastic to get it down to that level for the banks to lose money. Banks are not in the business of losing money.
I'm gonna say that one more time. Banks are not in the business of losing money.
They're not.
Now, I have two more questions for you, and one is real simple. A lot of people say it's not the right time to buy. You touched on a lot of things, but do you think it's not a good time to buy, or do you think this is still a great time to buy?
I'm looking for property myself. I'm renovating a home in Atlanta right now. That's one of the reasons why I've been gone for so long. It's absolutely a great time to buy. I'm looking for property out here in California. Like I said, I'm a real estate broker. I'm a housing counselor. But I'm also an investor. And this real estate market is perfect. Yeah, the interest rate is 7%, makes it a little harder to qualify. But if you can qualify, you get in where you fit in. You move as fast as you can. TR has programs that maybe 6 months, 8 months down the road where you may be able to refinance and bring your interest rate down. But the game is only made for the person that's in the game. If you're not in the game, you do not get the benefits. And I think I do foreclosure prevention. We prevent people from losing their homes. That's another division of what we do. And everybody's waiting for that governmental safety net like we've had for so long. Well, that's kind of gone. It's now about you planning the future for you and your family. And we're here to be able to help. And we can get you there. But you gotta move, and you gotta move quickly, I think.
Exactly. And just a quick tidbit on that. As far as investors are concerned, we have all the investor programs that you can do. Whether you want to do a fix and flip, you want to buy something, fix it up and sell it. We have those programs. You want to have something and hold it long term. We have investment programs that allows you to hold long term. We have, as they call it, DSCR loans, where we're looking just at the property's value, and we can get those, not even looking at your income, but we're looking at the property value itself for long-term investments. You can still get into something like that. And like you said, 6 months, a year down the line, you can refinance it if you want to put it into a conventional loan or something like that. If you're going to keep it for longer periods of time. If it can be done, we can do it. He can help you find the property. I can help you finance the property. Doesn't matter what you're looking to do. You want to add an ADU to your investment property? I have those loans to add ADUs to an investment property just for investors. If you own a home and you want to put an ADU in your backyard, I have programs for that too. If you want to buy a home and put the ADU at the time you buy it, I have programs to help you do that. And ADUs are a great investment strategy. Even if you live in the main house, you add an ADU and you automatically, in one foul swoop, added an investment property to your portfolio without having to go out there and get other property. It's a beautiful thing. I'm got mileage.
No, TR, you hit it right on the nose. I'm gonna tell a little secret. The property I just bought, I just added 2 ADUs to it.
Here in California?
No, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's in Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia. Okay.
But I added 2 ADUs to it, and upstairs and downstairs, and it's actually called a pool house.
Mm-hmm.
But they're actually going to be rented.
Exactly.
And they will absolutely pay the mortgage on the main house. So, you know, you have TR here that can help you to be able to come, I like to say wealthy, because there's no reason why anybody cannot be wealthy on California real estate, in my opinion. I have a client over at BJ's, a waiter. He owns 7 properties. He does not have to work as a waiter at BJ's. He loves it. He loves it. His wife won't let him buy anymore because she's a little nervous. She's scared. Their houses are now worth $2.4 million of equity. And so she's done. She's going to school. We're set. But that was a waiter at BJ's. And I say if a waiter at BJ's can do it, you can do it. Not to say that he's special. He's no special than anybody else. He just had an eye on the prize. You can do the same thing.
He took action.
Action.
The same thing I
like that word.
He took action.
He took action.
I'm big in education. I love to educate our clients on the possibilities of home ownership. That's what I do. And he took action. I'm pretty sure he also took counsel from you.
Well, I mean, he listened. But exactly. it was what he wanted to do. How do I do it? Okay, this is how we're going to do it. We got a plan. We set it out for like a 6-year plan. I just did this with an older gentleman who was getting ready to retire. He didn't start till he was 58 years old. He bought 2 houses here, one in Adelanto, a 4-plex, and one in San Bernardino. Then he sold them, and then he moved to San Antonio. I referred him to an agent out there. And now as far as he's concerned, he's living his dream. Beautiful. He doesn't have to work anymore. He doesn't have to, he don't have to work no more. So the rents pay for everything.
Beautiful.
And he started at 58. He's only 62 now.
That's great. I want to make sure I'm cognizant of your time. I know you have a conference call. So I'm going to have one last question for you. Any last words or encouragement or any quotes for the people out there in the interwebs land?
Man, if I was prepared, I live by quotes. I believe persistence and perseverance is the 2 things that you cannot teach. And so when you get ready to purchase your home, make sure that, if you don't have those qualities coming in, I'm going to help you get those qualities coming in, because you got to have those 2 qualities. We have a workshop once a month teaching people how to get prepared for their first home. But we also switched that workshop into wealth building, because what we want is for people to be able to be better. Because I promise you, if you do better, it's going to get better. Come on down, look for workshops, give us a call. Do I give my number?
Absolutely. Give me a number right now.
My personal number is 951-834-5692. We got 2 different office numbers of 951-399-4538. And then the real estate is 951-210-4052. And you'll see us in your community helping the homeless and doing all that other good stuff. Again, we do foreclosure prevention.
Yes, sir. I truly appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule today to talk to little old me.
Terrence, you're the man. I really appreciate the work that you do in the community. I'm just glad you allowed me to be a small part of it. Would love to be able to continue to work with you. I'm glad that we work together. I just really, really, really admire you and love what you do.
I truly appreciate that, Al.
I
really do.
I really do. You know, again, here comes some more goosebumps. But because when I get goosebumps, I try not to get all emotional. But I really do appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. You about to give me a teary eye. Thank you so much.
That's why these goosebumps, they mess me
They
up.
mess you up, don't they?
They mess me up. They tell on me.
They tell on you, man. I appreciate it. But you know what, guys? Seriously, knowing Al for now, going on almost 5-6 years, at least. And he's serious about what he does. He's great at what he does. And he has a heart for people. That's why we mesh so well, because we believe in giving back to people. We believe in educating the people so that they can do what it is that they talk about they want to do. And that's why I like working with Al. Now, I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you for joining the Zoom Room podcast with your host, TR McCarthy. Again, you make this an awesome day. Bye.